Hello, my friends. I hope you are doing amazing. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed today. So I know sometimes that can be difficult when we got a whole bunch of external things going on. And if you hear any weird noises, that is one of my cats clawing the chair I'm sitting in. So hello from me. Hello from my little baby Choya, my demon cat. I don't know if you guys have seen her on Instagram, but she is slightly evil but adorable, so I love her. She says hi. I say hi. Welcome to the Secrets of a Witch podcast with me, Sabrina Scott, where I talk all about life, love, healing, magic, witchcraft, tarot, and everything in between. All the things. And so this is kind of random to say, but I feel called to talk to it. So when I was coming up with the idea for this podcast and thinking about should I do this? Should I just kind of talk about all these random different things? Or will people get bored? Or will people just want me to get back to the magic content? And you know what? What I really realized and what I try to move with at all times is this awareness that witchcraft is not just witchcraft. Magic is not just magic. At the end of the day, we're all people. We're all humans. We're all human beings on this planet doing our best. And we all are going to have these experiences of dealing with abuse, dealing with trauma, dealing with healing from something, falling in love, falling out of love, experiencing this thing called life, having friend breakups, manifesting amazing new friendships. We all are on this amazing journey. And so it would feel just incorrect for me to leave all of the life shit out of magic, right? Because magic is supposed to help us with the life shit. Magic is supposed to enliven us and connect us in a deeper way to the life shit. And I think that's one big mistake that a lot of witchy spaces, witchy teachers, witchy books tend to forget about. Is that actually we're not all just practicing witchcraft in a lab. We are practicing witchcraft out in the world, or people in the world who are doing our best to live vibrant, happy lives, to heal from pain, to overcome challenges, and to expand ourselves in any way that we possibly can. And as I said in my first book, Witch Body, witchcraft is only as successful as the weakest relationship in that web of connectivity between us, our spirits, our home, our candles, the plants, everything is a collaborator in witchcraft. That's what I believe. That's what I teach. That's what I try to impart on my students. I really think it's true. And the other thing I would add to that is witchcraft is only going to be as successful, as deep, as insightful as the person who is doing the magic. And so I see a lot of newbie witches, or, even more experienced witches who, maybe they have more magical experience than they do self-help, self-healing experience, who want to look to magic for everything. Before they decide if they want to meet a new friend, they pull 5 tarot cards. Who is this person? What's the vibe? Before they, think about some self-reflection on, is this person even a good fit for me? Am I happy with this person? They do some wacky magic to get that person back, or to completely bend someone to their will, someone who doesn't really seem to like them that much. And so all of that stuff, it matters, right? And so who we are in our normal life, which of course I believe magic is a part of a normal life. I believe magic is very normal. Magic is everyday. Magic is in everything I see and do and be and am, of course. And I think that's probably the same for you guys listening. But we do our magic through the lens of how healed we are. We do all of our magic through the lens that we see the world. And hopefully that is a lens that is connected with everything that's around us, the land spirits, oh my God, sorry, my cat is can you please She was trying to knock over something. We don't need a big crashing noise in this podcast. No, we do not. So, what was I saying? All of that to say that our magic is going to be influenced by how we see the world. And that is why I'm such a big advocate of self-healing, self-help, going to therapy, doing yoga, seeing a psychologist, seeing a psychiatrist, like doing whatever it is that you need to do to work through your stuff, to be aware of your stuff, to heal and work through whatever it is that you need to heal and work through. And like, we all have that stuff. Like, even if you had a perfect childhood, nothing bad's ever happened to you, like, you're still gonna have some kind of psychological stuff to work through, to be aware of, stuff that bothers you, like your weird hangups. Like, it is a constant process for all of us. And so that lens of who we are is how we're going to be approaching our magic. And so whenever someone asks me, am I cursed? Can you uncurse me? Or whenever someone asks me, can you teach me how to do magic to get this guy? Like, what I think about immediately is, oh, that actually tells me a lot about who that person is, what their worldview is, what their relationship is to personal responsibility, what their relationship is to their triggers and their trauma, what their psychological state is. I can tell a lot of that information based on someone's approach to their witchcraft and their magic. And so it is a bit of a tell. And so what I always tell folks is like, turn it back to you. Turn it back to yourself. Instead of casting that spell on that guy over there who does not give a shit about you, why not do some magical work on you? Cast some spells on your damn self. Instead of uncursing yourself, how about doing some magic to take a closer look at your decision-making process and realize your own relationship to personal responsibility perhaps could be better, and do some magical work to help you see more clearly what is yours and what is not yours. What in your life you're responsible for and what in your life you're not responsible for. Incredibly important stuff. And so there's more to witchcraft than just witchcraft. There's more to magic than just magic. And my cat is currently trying to lick my lime LaCroix beverage. I'm really into sparkling water, if you guys didn't know. I think it's delicious. Also love sparkling wine, but anywho, hopefully she does not drink my drink. We don't want that. We don't need the cat to drink our drink. But all that to say, there's so much more to just magic than the techniques of magic. There's so much more to getting good at witchcraft than learning the techniques of witchcraft, the techniques of like which candles to choose, which astrological phase, what moon phase, what, this and that and that. Yeah, learning all that stuff is really important. And I go really in depth into all of that stuff in my Magic Without Bullshit course. Like, I go super into that shit. It's so important. And there's also that psychological component. Because even if you do have all those skills, all of that magical know-how, a lot of folks have magical know-how but have absolutely no fucking self-awareness, who are addicted to this or that, who are, really in their trauma, their brain is messed up, and they are bashing themselves against the wall a million times, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Or they think that magic is going to be this quick fix for whatever drama they're dealing with at that point in time. And so, do I think that magic can solve a lot of our problems? Yes, absolutely. But I also see folks using magic as a crutch, and I also see a lot of witches who are really miserable, which is the first episode of this entire podcast. That's the episode I started this with, is why are so many witches miserable? And I think it's because there's so much more to witchcraft than just witchcraft. And I think when witches ignore that fact, that's when the magic is going to flop. Or that's when maybe the magic will work, but it will explode your life and the house burns down, metaphorically, but perhaps even also literally. I've heard that happen to people. And so as we're thinking about magic, as we're thinking about witchcraft, it's so important to think about and dive into other modalities of self-development and to see those and work with those in tandem with our witchcraft and with our magic. And I've been so open and honest about being in therapy. I love therapy. I think therapy is amazing. I hope to never stop going, even, and I don't really need to go. I've not needed to go for many years now, probably 3 years or so. But I go because I love having this opportunity to self-reflect with someone else who knows so many aspects of my story, and to have them point out to me things that I might not have noticed, or to talk out these deep realizations that are super underneath the soil that I'm noticing, and just to have this space to talk it out. It's super, super crucial. And it's not always appropriate to do that with friends. And your friends don't always need to know your whole trauma history. That's not necessarily their responsibility to hold. Can you go there? Absolutely. But there is something really beautiful about carving out that time and space to honor the expertise of someone who lives and breathes all of that. And so there's more to witchcraft than just witchcraft. There's also ethics, values, learning how to be a good person, learning how to value rigor, excellence, depth, integrity, honesty. All that stuff is crucial. Because if your witchcraft is on fire, it's so good, and you're a shitty fucking person, you're still a shitty fucking person at the end of the day. If your witchcraft is so good and you hate yourself, you still hate yourself at the end of the day. If your witchcraft is super good but you're addicted to crack, your witchcraft is good, but at the end of the day you're addicted to crack. What's really important here? You know what I mean? And I know it's hard to work through a lot of stuff. I know it's hard to heal addiction. I know it's hard to heal trauma. I know it's hard to get out of these compulsive processes that are operating at a kind of sub-intellectual level, these impulses that we almost can't say no to. I know it's so hard to shake ourselves free of that. But all of that stuff will always rule everything about you, your magic, your spirituality, etc., unless you really commit to healing that stuff, working on it, and using your magic, working with your magic to help you heal. I always am a big advocate of that. But I think it's important to not just see magic as the only aspect of our ecosystem of care, our ecosystem of self-improvement, our ecosystem of self-love. So important. So important. So that's my episode for today, friends. That's what I have to say about that. There's more to witchcraft than just witchcraft. If you are interested in checking out any of my self-study things, and I have so many, you can go on to my website at sabrinamscott.com. I have a bunch of bundles on right now for my self-study things at a cheaper rate, hundreds of dollars off, super juicy, super fun. So if you want to dive in, send me an email. I'll give you all the details, ceo@sabrinamscott.com. Say hi. All right, friends. Oh, yeah, and if you're feeling juicy, if you're feeling fun, if you're feeling playful, I still have my really cute clothing line at shopsabrinamscott.com. Check it out. There's some really adorable crop sweaters that I think are going to be perfect for those chilly summer nights. So check it out. Check it out. Say hi on the internet if you want. I would love that. I always love hearing from y'all. Please share it with a friend if you think it would be useful for them, and leave me a happy review if you love the show. All right, friends. And if you haven't caught it yet, I also did Instagram Live, my first ever YouTube Live, tarot cards for the week, the last week of March. And I know by the time this is going live, we're already gonna be almost in April. So, I get it, but there's still a few days left until Monday. So it's still worth your time to give it a listen, give it a watch. Let me know what you think. If you guys dig it, that is something I'm going to be starting to do every single Monday. A tarot pull with some oracle cards. Check out the vibe for the week ahead, because it's always so nice to have that little heads up that the tarot can give us, and then some oracle cards to let us know how to refresh, rewind, and self-care through it all. All right, beautiful people, have a lovely day. Sending you so much good vibes, so much love. Bye for now.